Hey, it's Chris, Safety Dog here. The new hours of service are coming. When are they going to take effect? Well, we're going to disclose that at the end of this very short video. But first, what are the changes that are going to take effect in the United States of America later? Yes, they're going to take effect in September, but exactly what day in September? At the end of the video. What are the changes? The sleeper berth. This is huge in my mind for all of you who have been not using your sleeper berth provision because the 8 and the 2 rule just doesn't cut it for you, because as you know, the 14-hour clock does not stop when you take that 2-hour break. But guess what? You now are going to be able to stop the 14-hour clock when you take that 2-hour segment. So the sleeper berth, 8 and 2, both pieces are now going to stop the 14-hour clock. That's a huge change. But there's another huge change, and that is 7 and 3. Yes, you'll be able to split your sleeper berth into 7 hours and 3 hours, and again, both pieces stop the 14-hour clock. That's a huge change, and perhaps it's worth revisiting whether you can use the split sleeper berth provision, because I think it is now probably worthwhile for many people, where before, when it was 8 and 2 and the 2 didn't stop the 14-hour clock, what the heck were you doing using that in most cases? So huge news, 8 and 2, 7 and 3, and all pieces stop the 14-hour clock. So what is the split sleeper berth rule? 2 pieces that add up to 10, and it could either be 8 and 2 or a 7 and 3. So that's pretty big news. The second bit of big news, and I do think this is big as well, is the 30-minute break. As you know, currently you've got to take a 30-minute break before the 8th hour of on duty. Well, here's the big news. Instead of being before the 8th hour of on duty, it is now before 8 continuous hours of driving. Huge news, all right? Because now if you're stopped in a loading dock, for instance, for 30 minutes or more, that can count as your break. On-duty time of 30 minutes or more can count as your break. You're fueling up. If that takes you 30 minutes or more, if it breaks up 8 continuous hours of driving, that counts as your break. So the rule now changes from on-duty time to driving time. You still cannot drive 8 continuous hours, but it's pretty easy to break up 8 continuous hours and throw a 30-minute break in there. So big news, huge news. I really think that is worth talking about. The other one, for the short haul guys, the exemption now moves from 100 air mile radius of travel to 150. And again, that's pretty darn big news, as well as the 12 hours now goes to a 14-hour exemption, or sorry, the 14-hour clock. All right, so that's pretty big news as well. When does it all happen? September the 29th of 2020. Yes, that is not very far away at all, and it is happening very soon because we're already at the end of August. So about a month away from the time of this video is when it all takes effect. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the Safety Dog channel. Appreciate you all so much. Safety Dogs out.